Well, it's Tuesday, and it looks like Trump has got himself a lot more attention um, by seeing Russian people up in the White House. I call them Russian spies, but anyway, I won't get that complicated this afternoon. But it looks like there is some confusion. It looks like there is some um, financial probably ties. Probably, it's already been stated that the, the that most of those Republicans that they were taking money from like Flynn and Manafort. They were taking money from the Russians. Uh, it looks like Flynn was even giving information to the Russians. So it's blatant treason. Um, well, I know that the Republicans are trying to mess up Obama's legacy, uh, but it looks like they don't comprehend the I think already Trump is in a violation of the 25th Amendment of the Constitution. It has to do with the presidency, and um, he also violated of his inauguration oath. Um, I think that he has put the United States and the American people in a security risk. Um, I don't think he could comprehend his ass from a hole in the ground. But hell, he probably couldn't. Never mind. I think that he has been so many years um, skirting the law uh, because like sort of like white collar crimes like what he's doing um, and he has so much money opposed to. And I'm not saying that the police are crooked, but I am saying there's been a lot of propaganda in the TV shows. I'm not talking like SNI. I never watched that anyway. But in like a lot of the movies, Superfly, Beretta, and all these, they show them as crooked cops, as pimps, uh, and dope dealers, and people that embezzle and blackmail. So they show them in a certain light, and a lot of I guess they were prime out our sitcoms in the 70s, even in the 60s, and like if you look at older movies of Caucasian people that were immigrants, they were always murder and crime, like in the 50, 55, like with a lot of racial undertones, and um, and these were immigrants that were coming in and they want to replace. And as you can see in Detroit and other places where racism helped, um, I really think sell that industry overseas, sell it to our enemies like China, where we have most of the stuff that we buy in like Walmart's and Targets and Kmart's today is produced in China, Indonesia, Taiwan, and other like Pacific Rim areas over there, islands and whatnot, continents and everything. Um, uh, because it was in the mind that they could easily enslave their people with this type of capitalism to where they were because like just in the 70s minimum wage was like $1.35, $1.75. You know what I'm saying? But you could buy a Coca-Cola for 5 cents, opposed to like today it's like probably over $1. Um, everything was um, proportion to the amount that you was making, you could get you an apartment, you could get you a telephone, you know, and that was one of the things they broke up. The telephone call, oh, Paul Bell, Ma Bell, Paul Bell, whatever the way the telephone company used to be. They broke it up. Once that because they were saying, oh, they were costing too much money, um, and all this. Um, and then once they split them up, and we had other companies, phone companies came in. That was pretty much um, the end of like home phone as we know, because now we have the cell phones, and we have multiple providers that charge outrageous prices, and the price of everything has risen 300%, and in some places when you add in the hateful policies like, oh well, let's put a bigger tax on alcohol, that'll stop them from drinking, which it doesn't. Let's put a bigger tax on like cigarettes, like in Manhattan, in New York. You paid $15 for a pack of cigarettes. Does it stop somebody from buying a pack of cigarettes? Nah. It just makes them go shopping in New Jersey. Got all the malls over there while you're over there, or Pennsylvania, or Connecticut, or someplace, or or like, why should I buy cigarettes? I'll just get some weed. So maybe the choices that you might take, and who's to say weed is probably 100% better because of the additives that they add to cigarettes. So, but anyway, we have the type of presence that I think is in breach of his vows to the American people that he made on his inaugural day. I think he's in breach of our Constitution. Um, and you can see in all his behavior, right from the press, he's going to say, oh, well, we're not going to have any more press briefings. Well, first of all, from day one, he didn't have a press briefing, and very unprofessional, very chaotic, uh, um, and they're always hateful. They're always they're on the defense the whole time. Uh, you know, they're looking for scapegoats, and lying and colluding with the enemy is bad enough that we need to change our policies and fix America from the roots, uh, as in the education system. Go back to nurturing our kids instead of this discipline and whooping. I think a lot of times that we have a lot of these kids that have some of these medical problems that are mental, like autism. It might be because of the Pampers, this high absorbent stuff that we have in. We don't ever speak on that. We skirt the real issues, and what the real thing is, or what every child, right now has been introduced to. Because I remember when mom was still using cloth diapers for my sister, and then she started using some Pampers. So so I sort of remember the transition, and I think that a lot of times, when you have this racial, scapegoating, double binding, hypocritical type of way that Trump and the Republicans are acting, they're saying one thing, but their actions are another. They're saying this is what the American people want, but when we go out and protest, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna say, oh well, we can't have no press. They're gonna punish us for wanting to be able to really survive. And nobody's stopping Trump from making $1. Nobody's stopping Pence from making $1. Nobody's stopping these Republicans from making $1. So how come they're stopping us in the poor areas from making $1? Why ain't they fixing? You know what I'm saying? Um, Look, just these supremacist groups they let me tell you something. If they don't like America, I got news for these white supremacists. A lot of times you notice these serial killers, whatever. it's like they massacre their whole family or whatever. So I don't see where you know these KK Ku Klux Klan ass white supremacists, um, syphilis, warmonger, uh, double biting hypocrites gonna think that the Russians is gonna care for about them. You know what I'm saying, or have respect for them when they're doing a treason ass trading and they would lie for $1. You think they're gonna trust you? I see how Putin does his business. You think you know what I'm saying? You think China's gonna trust the two-faced ass double biting hypocrite? Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to trick your daughter out? Please. You know what I'm saying? Trump act like an old played out trick his damn self. You know what I mean? And Putin act like he his pimp. Pip and trip out. You know what I'm saying? So Pip thing. Trump is just Trump is like the played out trick. That, you know what I'm saying? That he's allowed to be out there flying himself like a rooster flapping his wings up and down. All over the motherfucker talking about I'm president. You know what I'm saying? But your actions is not that of the president. Your action is not that of somebody that's. Oh, I'll put some medicine on there. Should have put Band-Aid. Your actions are not somebody that is comprehending the magnitude of your actions. For every action, there's a reaction. Yeah, maybe you're gonna get $1, but if you're making some dollars with the oil companies that got found all this oil and natural gas up in Russia, and you got it in Korea. North Korea would be smart if they just do all solar and light up their whole motherfucker like that. You know what I'm saying? If you could kill somebody with a nuclear bomb and solar energy, if you could, never mind. I ain't even gonna go there. But the same difference. It's just a matter of if you think this is the only way, whatever. The only problem is that nobody respects Trump because they lie. Nobody respects that Spencer guy because of the way he represents himself from day one and representing Trump, and he's doing it in such I guess you would just say that he's very ignorant, defensive. Fuck ass bitch. I thought I had this plugged up. Battery low. Oh, there we go. Sort of like, you know what I'm saying? But that's the problem. The way he came out day one, he didn't do a debriefing. He didn't take questions. He made it. He told him like he just lied to him day one, so they didn't start off right. Um, he just absolutely was not. It was nothing close to a debriefing. The debriefing is where you have exchange. You give them information, and you choose the information that you want to tell them in your debriefing, because you have a big binder where you and your people had did the work and been using your intelligence and your CIA and your FBI and etc. Over at the Justice Department, which is a separate branch. But anyway, from where the president does, they give you this information, and with this information, you give out what you want to give out, how you want to give it out, and then you think about the consequences by thinking about what questions they might ask. Then you have an answer, and if you don't, if they ask you a question you haven't think about it, you just tell them I'll get back to you. And I'll get back to you tomorrow with that answer. You go back with your people and blah, 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 blah. And this is the question. What do we got here? Let's check into this. Let's check it out. It's like people that actually do read, actually, not taking their information secondhand and ain't trying to mess up somebody else's legacy, but somebody that's able to comprehend. Trump is incorrigible, so you can't be incorrigible. You have to be able to continue to learn. You have to be able to recognize and know when you made a mistake so that you can correct it and go down the path that's not damaging uh, to our Constitution, to our justice system, to our education system, and to our health system, um, and to our way of life and our culture. And I think that if we do not impeach, I think what we need to do is make that whole election null and void with the evidence that we have. And I think that since Trump opened his fucking mouth and they didn't unclassify, to whoever that uh, uh, the Russians did get Trump elected. Uh, they did go by devious and ways, but they could not have done it without the hateful and the evilness of the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? There's one thing, sticking together to be strong or whatever. That's another thing is when you're doing it and it's in a strict violation of the American Constitution, civil rights, uh, 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 and it endangers and makes American citizens and even themselves more in danger. Because Trump's talking about he's going off overseas. The people that he's going to see, okay, you white supremacists, just keep thinking those motherfuckers over there. You think that if they say they hate America for some reason, that they fucking like you. Okay, I would say that if they don't like America, they don't like no two faced, double binding, treason ass traitor bitch.